Yes, one of my viewers was asking about the medication, what antipsychotic I'm on and how it affects me. If I've been on depot injections. I was on injections up to about 4 or 5 months ago, and the way they affected me, they made me voices and visions a hell of a lot worse. My voices and visions were 1,000 times worse. I was having voices and visions all day, every day, and I think this is to do with my voices and visions get worse the more stressed out I am, and I'm hysterically scared of needles. Now, the psychiatrist said it didn't matter that it was making me voices and visions worse, because it was making me more polite with the nurses. Now, I came off the injections, at which point the nurses decided they were going to visit me every night to watch me swallow oral medication. And the viewer asked what would happen if I didn't let them in. Well, if I don't let them in, the psychiatrist will say that because I'm refusing treatment, I'm a danger to my own health and safety, and he will have me sectioned under the Mental Health Act, where I will be kept in hospital probably for 6 months. Eventually they'll release me on a community treatment order and back on injections, which means if I refuse the injection, they can call the police out immediately to drag me off in handcuffs and take me to hospital, where they can pin me down and give me the injection in hospital. Now, this is the main reason why I keep getting sectioned, for refusing treatment and refusing entry of nurses into my flat. And yes, psychiatrists now have the right, since the 2007 Act, to section you for your own health and safety if you're not complying with their treatment plan. So how does antipsychotic affect you? Well, the main desired effect, it has no effect on the voices and visions. Let's put that fact straight. Psychiatrists know it has no effect on the voices and visions, because I keep telling them it doesn't, and other people who are on medication keep telling them it's not helping with the voices and visions, so they know it doesn't help with the voices and visions. What it does do, it blunts your emotions, which, you know, psychiatrists keep saying it makes me more polite. Well, those of you who know me from my Ladybird 1968 account will know I used to have a very sarcastic sense of humour. It does damage your sense of humour, which psychiatrists don't agree with humour and joking and larking about, you know. So it damages your sense of humour and makes you less sarcastic with the nurses. And it blunts your emotions, which psychiatrists don't like outward displays of emotions. They think any display of emotion is a sign that you're becoming mentally unwell, and they think of men as machines, like robots, and they want everybody to act like a machine or a robot. You know, people say, or I keep saying, how can antipsychotic, you know, they keep saying they have different antipsychotics. They have different substances which block your dopamine. They all have the same action on the brain. They block dopamine absorption. Now, they have loads of different substances that block dopamine absorption, but, you know, all antipsychotics do the same thing. They block dopamine. And I keep saying, how can it possibly be helped in so many mental health conditions, because it's the only thing they have to treat all mental health problems with, that unless it's a mood disorder, you know, they want everybody on antipsychotic. And the reason is because it blunts your emotions and damages your sense of humour and turns you into an uncaring, unfeeling robot, which is what psychiatrists want to achieve for all humanity, to act like robots and be like a robot. And you know, I've asked to be referred for psychotherapy, but they won't agree with that, despite psychotherapy is an extra course you can take once you've become a psychiatrist. You can take psychotherapy as an extra course on the Royal College of Psychiatry website, but they don't agree with that, because psychotherapy explores traumatic instances in your life that may be having damaging effects on your psychological well-being. Well, psychiatrists don't believe that traumatic events affect your psychological well-being. They can't do, or they wouldn't treat the patients like they do, keep dragging them off and having them arrested in handcuffs and holding them hostage for ages in hospital prisons. They can't possibly believe that traumatic events have a damaging effect on your psychological well-being, otherwise they just wouldn't treat the patients like they do. So, you know, I've been referred for CBT, which is conductive behaviour therapy. Now, the reason why psychiatrists agree with conductive behaviour therapy is that practitioners compare the brain to a computer, which fits in with their model of men being machines. So, you know, that's why that CBT is the only sort of talk therapy they will refer you to. It's because the practitioners compare the human brain to a computer, which fits it in with their model of men being machines. And also the antipsychotic, yes, it does make you put on weight, and it does affect your concentration abilities. Dopamine is responsible for attention, learning and motor function, so it affects your ability to retain information, and it affects your concentration ability. But that is why psychiatrists use it so readily on all mental health problems, because it turns you into a zombie and makes you into a machine, which psychiatrists are out. I often used to wonder what their motives were, but psychiatrists are out to prove that there is no God, that men have no feelings and they're just machines. That's why they want everybody on antipsychotic. Anyway, I hope that answers the viewers' questions. Bye.